I'm Rob Kavanaugh at Sales for Life, and welcome to the webinar entitled Find and Engage Prospects in a Virtual and Social World. It's my pleasure today to be with our close partner, StoryQuest. We're going to dive right into the content. We promised you that we would get right to tips, tricks, and techniques that can help you improve your performance today. With me is Tim Keelan. Tim is the CEO and founder of StoryQuest. We're going to cover off the context or the why we're here on this webinar. We're then going to look at finding highly segmented, fantastic target prospects online for your business and then engagement with them. And Tim's going to enter in the halfway point, and he's going to expand on a fantastic content engagement tool that he's developed with his organization and how it helps companies sell more and sell faster. When we talk about content marketing, engagement, and social selling, at Sales for Life, we equate it to the concept of an irrigation system, in which case water becomes the analogy for the lifeblood of your territories. And I'm going to teach you in the next 10-15 minutes exactly how to dip into this massive river of opportunity that flows by your social profiles every day. And then Tim's going to dive in and show you a way of catching these individuals' attention and ultimately using his vehicle and what he's developed as a way of nurturing them through their own buying process. But before we do that, we need to understand that if we've got this system in place and some of the tools that I'll give you, there's still some major challenges because that we work with very mature and robust systems today. But salespeople are still faced with some major challenges. Ultimately, what's driven you to join in this webinar around engaging prospects? And the big one is coming out of the recession and over the last couple of years, there is still a massive amount of distrust in the company to buyer relationship. In fact, that's led to a tectonic shift in the way that customers, all B2B customers or the majority, conduct business. And they've moved their efforts online. In fact, so much so that an organization called the CEB says that somewhere between 60 to 70% of a buying journey, all B2B buying journeys, are conducted now online. Before sales reps that are using things like the telephone and the email channel can even get involved in these deals because they're simply not finding them. The other phenomenon that's taking place and why we need to look at evolving our approach is that decisions are being made across multiple stakeholders and multiple lines of business. No longer is it an effective strategy to build a relationship with one individual at an account, which effectively leaves you single-threaded. And so meet today's buyer. Today's buyer is well-informed, digitally driven, socially connected, mobile, and empowered. And we need to cater to those individuals because they have exceptionally high expectations, specifically for the amount of insight that you can contribute to their value or to their purchasing and due diligence, and the quality of service that you deliver as a thought leader and a trusted advisor. And of course, I don't think this has necessarily changed over time. They expect it yesterday. But sales reps still complain that they can't find enough leads. They still complain that they don't have a system that can consistently produce leads for them. And they complain that there's manual processes and there's this opportunity online, which is ultimately why we're here today. How can we engage, find, message, and engage prospects online? So it's all about social selling at the end of the day and leveraging the tools that are available to do so. But even on the network level, there are over 150 different social networks you can use to engage these customers and prospects. Often that stops people and precludes them from starting even in the first case. I'm going to distill that now with a couple of techniques that I'll show you after I'm done done talking about the why, and I'm going to show you specific things that you can do in these tools to simplify it and get right down to the brass tacks. How Sales for Life has used something we call the sphere of influence to effectively close 52% of every client we've ever earned. And if you take the last 12 months, for example, we've done somewhere in the order of 50 discrete engagements. And so, what is the sphere of influence, and how do I use it as an individual contributor to find the prospects that I want to interact with? I simply come into LinkedIn, I go to the main search box, I select the fact that I'll be searching for a company. And what I am searching for are the companies in the sphere of influence around an organization that I've most recently had a customer success with. What I'm trying to uncover is who else would be related or relatable to the work and the success that we're already having. And then we can use that to leverage it and amplify the success to the extent that they'll organically be interested in hearing about it. If you go to here and search for a company that you use every day as a success case, in our case, we like to talk about Oracle. So I'm just going to use Oracle as the example today. And it automatically populates in the drop down. I select Oracle, and this will bring up Oracle's corporate profile page in LinkedIn. I want to come in because I'm ultimately looking for net new prospects. I'm coming into Insights, and the Insights tab reveals an algorithm, or the results that an algorithm produces, that shows us the click path of individuals coming into this page and leaving this page. It shows us the people on the planet that are going to be most receptive to the messages we've got around the success that we've had at Oracle. And it will distill the results as we scroll down to these 6. It'll give you a list of 6 regardless of the company that you enter. From here, I can simply crack these companies open and drill down right into their employee directories. And if you see here, for example, Microsoft, I can get right into all of their employee base online and segment that in a number of different ways to get to exactly the right individuals I'd like to get to. Highly, highly valuable. And if you message these people properly in the right way and in a unique new format, you'll find that the reception goes through the roof. The second way to do it is to go to something that LinkedIn has put together called www.linkedin, sorry, I'm going to spell it properly, linkedin.com/skills. If you take the customers and the profile of the individual customers that you deal with, and you extract the skills that they have, LinkedIn gives you a way to reverse engineer that to build effectively ongoing lists of contacts. And as you may know, may or may not know, if you jointly share group membership with any of these individuals on LinkedIn, you can message them for free. So often on a day-to-day basis, I'm coming into linkedin.com/skills, and I'm searching for prospects by the functional skills or expertise that they may have. So I'll try one for myself, for example. I tend to sell to VPs of sales or vice presidents of sales. So, excuse me, not the title. We don't want to enter the title. We want to enter one of the skills that they would have. For instance, sales leadership. Again, automatically populates, and this is going to present me with a stack ranked list of the most influential individuals on LinkedIn with that as a skill set. It's going to show me related skills, which will expose lists of individuals that have those skills. And it'll show me the groups, most importantly, where my buyer, the vice president of sales, the person with sales leadership expertise, hangs out. And once I join these groups, these are the most populous groups on whatever domain or skill set you've entered. Players continue to struggle. Excuse me? Looks like we had, oh, sorry about that, folks. We had some noise on the line. But once we join all of those groups, we get the ability to message those people for free. And those are two quick tips that you can use to find, message to, and start to engage brand new, net new, highly segmented prospects online in a very social way. It's probably a great opportunity now to cut over to Tim, and I'm going to just give him presentation rights. And he's got a talk track around how you can leverage now this new contact that you've made and start to communicate with them in a way that they want to be communicated with today. Thanks for your time, everyone.
Hey,
Tim?
thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Rob, I actually, while you were talking, I went out and I scooted up a slide from another deck because you used the term concierge, which is one I've always had an affinity for. And at the end of the day, this is what we've all got to be, is concierge saying, hey, listen, here is less content rather than more. And so what I want to talk about today is, Rob said, hey, here's how you find a decision maker. But how do we really, really engage them? Particularly knowing we're living in a virtual world. You're not going to get, or you may not get that phone call. They may not take a meeting. They may not join a webinar. So how do you reach out? And you need not only the first initial outreach so you get some conversation going, but then there's other people behind the technical buyer who you may never meet, the economic buyer. And we know that group is bigger and bigger. So they're all consuming way too much content, right? And so their time, their brains are fried. They got all this content screaming at them, and you're trying to rise above all that noise. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to show you this tool called the digital postcard that is going to let you rise above. It's unique. Most importantly, it's just authentic, and it's a way that lets you truly be a concierge of the content that you have. Instead of linking out to YouTube and all these other places, you're going to be able to pinpoint exactly the content and give just the right context and content to your customers. Two ideas I just want to share with you today very quickly, and this is how it works. It's all about less stuff and more personal. At the end of the day, we all know there's just a huge, huge amount of content, right? That we're doing content automation and more on our website, more and more and more. We all need more content marketing. It's just too much stuff, okay? And so how do you get past all that? And particularly in a traditional sales environment, what happens? You go onto somebody's website, you download their white paper, you get the email from some guy, he's like, hey, I don't have time, or you get the phone call from somebody, you say, I don't have time, send me something. These are exactly what happened to me. So then I turn around, I get an email, I don't have context, I forget who the guy was, and he sends me an email. And this is actually one I got from a company that we're talking to, and it's just an experience that I had recently. Guy called me up after I downloaded something. He sent me, an email. Fair enough. I didn't read it. I clicked on the logo, and it went to this site. And on the face of it, this is the too much stuff. Doesn't seem like it, though, does it? You've probably all got landing pages and things like product pages, and this looks pretty good. Big, huge, button that says try it for free. But when you really look at it, there's a ton of content there. 85 different things you can do on that. And if we're trying to be concierge, you don't want your concierge to give you 85 recommendations of restaurants to go to. You want them to pick one or two. And this is actually brought out in research as well from by offering less, we sell more. One of my favorite examples of this is just the research they did around selling jam in a grocery store. One Saturday, they offer 24 brands. More variety. People should be happier. Yep, more people tried it, but less people bought. Because then, particularly the next week, when I only offered 6 flavors, offering less helps you sell more. And that's what digital postcards are all about. Digital postcards are a microsite that allow you to say, no, I'm not giving this guy all this content. I'm going to give this client less content. Instead of 85 choices, let's give them 4. And then most important, let's put a personal and human front end. That's what so much of sales is missing today, right? I mean, you don't know who you're dealing with. And that is the email that you got, did it come from a person or a machine? It's really hard to tell. And so we're talking about being more personal, human. Each and every salesperson gets the opportunity to do that. Be more human, deliver less content. So this is what it is, super quickly. It's a personal microsite. That, by the way, is Jamie Shanks. He's the founder and CEO of SalesForLife. Big fan of it. Every day, Jamie hangs up the call with a client who's a prospect. He hangs it up and he creates a personal microsite to that Client knowing that he didn't get everybody on the call who needs to be in the decision making, and he makes it a very simple way. Here's the slides, and here's everything you need to learn more about Sales for Life. So, and then, by the way, one thing, digital postcards are different. You already have a LinkedIn page, you've got company pages, you've probably got product pages, you have an about me page, and all that kind of stuff. Those are great and they're absolutely appropriate, but those are one for everybody. Okay, everybody can see your LinkedIn page. There's not one for Tim, there's not one for Rob, there's not one for this opportunity. Everybody sees your LinkedIn page, and more than likely, particularly LinkedIn, those are written and created for SEO, not for actually humans to consume. We're going to talk about how do I create one for different people in content that actually is designed for humans. So digital postcards are that microsite. Yes, you can create one to put on your LinkedIn page, one to put on your signature, one for a particular campaign, but also one for an account, Motorola or Mike at Motorola. Hello, Mike and Mary. Good to see you. I'm sorry it was raining today. These are personal and human messages where you, as a salesperson, can be involved even when you're not there, offer less content rather than more. And so here's what it is. Digital postcard, it's a microsite that allows you to put all your content, brochures, slides, demos, all that kind of stuff, all repurposed. Can be on your website, can be on YouTube, can be almost anywhere. And then most important, it's a personal piece of multimedia that's going to go in front of it. Hi, this is Jamie. Hi, this is Rob. Hi, this is Tim, or whoever it's going to be. And you get to give context and content to all that other stuff. Because even if you give them four tabs, that's actually a lot. It's a lot less than 85 clicks, but it's more than they probably want. So you need to give them some context and reason to click on the other things. And the way you do that is with some multimedia. And everybody loves video. I guarantee you, everybody on here wants more video, either to consume it or they want it to use it with their customers. That's a great idea, and there's all kinds of stats that tell us video is good. The challenge is, how many people here want to actually shoot video, particularly of themselves? It's a nightmare. And the way we talk about it is, it's actually easy to make good video, but it's also really easy to make bad video. So with digital postcards, your personal microsite system, we offer the ability to create the regular video over here. If you've got the chops and you've got a good microphone and camera and all that kind of stuff, and you can create a professional, externally facing video in a quick way, then you should do it for sure. But most people don't. But you can talk, you can say hello. So what we do is we basically put a voice behind a single image. We also do voice over a sequence of images that gives you that sense of video. And all that can go into a postcard, and you can send, track, and know exactly what happens. So you can send a postcard through your Outlook or your Eloqua and any type of piece, and as soon as the content gets clicked on, you get a report. Hey, so-and-so clicked on something, and you can go watch and see exactly what they did. Postcards are used in demand generation, sales follow-up. This is one from Avaya. The Savo is a client of ours. Here's a couple of Sales for Life examples as well, Jamie and Rob. The whole point about digital postcards, and I want to keep to our time constraints here, is it's about less content rather than more. And if people want to know what it costs and all that kind of stuff, here it is. It's super simple. It's $19 a month. You go to my.storyquest.com. You're going to go in there and you're going to log in. You're going to be immediately looking back at your face with my voice. That digital postcard can quickly be enabled from this one on the left. It says that Aaron was, came in here, started there, but ended right here. Fully branded thing. They've got a kids report product where it's actually a really cool product about you monitor your kids from far away. But a fully branded site that he can then make an unlimited number of copies of this microsite and put a human personal front end on it, or make it one-to-many. So that's it. Less stuff, more personal, and you could go to my.storyquest.com to sign up, and everybody here is going to get a digital postcard from me that's going to have a recording of this version and links out to some tips from Sales for Life and Robert and all of our contact information. And our special here is if you sign up today and you go through it and you pay for it this week, we will do the job of fully branding your site for you. So that's it. Robert, is there anything else I need to cover?
That is absolutely outstanding, Tim. And I'd like to just highlight your section of the presentation by saying that your tool is something that I use for my own practice personally, and it has effectively moved my routine out of Microsoft Outlook, where I used to be sending emails every day that wouldn't get responded to at all. So it's been pretty much a game changer for me, and I just wanted to let everyone on the line know that I 100% stand behind what you've built, Tim, and wanted to thank you directly now that I've got you on the line. So thanks again.
Thank you very much. And I practice what you guys preach. It's tough to find the time to do it and stay on it, but you guys have got a structure in place that helps.
Awesome. And so to everyone on the line, as Tim mentioned, we'll be sending out a postcard with the presentation from today and a few key assets. Tim was kind enough to make an offer around investing in his product and checking it out. And in terms of what Sales for Life could bring to the table, I will suggest that I will start a private class in the November timeframe for individuals that want to participate. And we'll actually deliver our full enterprise social selling curriculum to teach you how to sell more and sell faster with things like LinkedIn and Twitter and StoryQuest and like tools. And I have a very special price that I can extend that out to. So if anybody is interested, they can simply message me at rob@salesforlife.com, and we're going to go ahead and provide you with our contact information in the postcard as well. So that's it for today. Thanks again to everyone that participated and joined in. Certainly appreciate it, and hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.
Thank you all. Bye bye.
Thanks, Tim.